Hello to you. This is The Truth About Men. Here to help you decode, demystify, and understand what the hell men are doing, why they're doing it. Just because I say why a man has done something, it doesn't necessarily mean that I agree or disagree. I am just explaining what's going on from his perspective. Here, oh, by the way, I'm Kieren. Here I have my ex, Mary Nikki. You know, I could just
Hello?
say Mary Nikki, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm your ex.
Well, because you are.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Anyway, so we also have a question. This question comes from Rumi from Canggu in Bali, where I used to live. Now, she says to me and you, what do men want in the bedroom?
Ooh. Well, I guess different people have different needs, no?
There is a phrase called different strokes for different folks, which I think
Exactly.
is...
And I also believe that different cultures, different backgrounds create also different needs.
That's very true. However, this is what I'll say. I did a poll.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
I conducted a poll of the gentlemen in my coaching circle. Okay, a poll of 2,000 men. Now, I asked them this question and they said, da 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 da. So, Michael says, a woman who's submissive and begs for something that she really wants, but is sometimes dominant. George says, absolute filth. Kino, and this is what he's written. He's written a quote. He wrote, she said, I don't want to think. I get in my head. I just want to be told what to do. And really, it has to be you.
I didn't really understand the last quote.
Oh, that's a quote. So this is something a woman says. So imagine a woman says this to him. A woman is saying to him, I don't want to think. I get in my head. As in, she often gets in her head and she's always thinking and like things like this. She doesn't want that. I just want to be told what to do.
Okay.
And the person who tells me what to do has to be you.
Okay. So it looks like three of them want a submissive woman, basically.
Yes. I mean, that is true. That is true. But then there's a level underneath it as well. So, but let's go with that, right? Submissive woman, right? Right. So, you know, I said like men want respect, right? Respect. Yeah,
They
respect.
crave respect.
Crave
Crave. The key word.
Yeah, crave respect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, respect is like I'm here and your chest is out and hear me roar because I am man. Respect. All right, cool. And well, you see, like when a woman's all submissive, it makes you feel powerful, like you're in control, like you're handling business. It makes you feel like you're important. It makes you feel like you matter. It makes you feel like you're strong, you know? Because, and that is what comes across in the submissiveness. It's but it's more as well because it's like you feel like a protector as well, you know? It's not like even about like hurting the person. You feel like a nurturing, guiding, powerful presence. Okay, well, you're not going to understand this. I'm looking at you, hoping you will understand, but you're not. Because obviously you're not a man. But fundamentally, that is what it feels like.
Okay.
Great. Now, there is some stuff underneath it, though. So, for instance, and by the way, the stuff that these guys said, it's like, this is very common when you ask men these questions. She goes, I don't want to think. I get in my head. I just want to be told what to do. So he wants a woman who doesn't want to think. In the bedroom, she doesn't want to think. You know, thoughts and logic and 2 + 2 = 4 and shall we do the laundry or whatever, that's gone. That has no place here.
Right.
This is a place for something else. That's what he wants. This guy said absolute filth. That's quite closely related to this because like absolute filth, it's like forget culture, forget society, forget convention. We are going to do some nasty stuff. That's what we're going to do. That's what this other guy wants. And here we go. A woman who's submissive and begs for something that she really wants. So it's like, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. Please give it to me, I want it. And honestly, I think it's like when I look at all of this, it's they want to let go. Like, as well as like the submissiveness and stuff like that, fine. But they also want to let go, and they also want a woman who will let go and help them to let go and allow them to let go. Like, to drop the mask, to drop the social facade, to actually
Okay,
just
I
embrace
feel
the
like
experience.
this gets connected with the previous episode when we talked about a different episode. Maybe you can put the link down for people to watch it. When we talked about men want freedom, want respect, want to be able to talk about to be themselves. I think this reflects on these needs as well now.
Yeah, how so? How so?
Oh, how so? You asked me.
Yeah.
I thought you said I think so. Because you said that they want a woman who can let go and can let go themselves as well, to drop the mask. So ultimately, they are themselves.
Yeah.
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 And this is freedom.
Yeah, exactly. This is it. This is it. It's freedom. This is it.
So this actually, what's the word? Validates no validates, goes along with their needs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. 100%. Yeah, there we go. And that's basically it, really. So, what do men want in the bedroom? For the most part, a submissive woman. Obviously, men who don't, but for the most part. And freedom. Like, freedom.
But what would you say as a man? Because it's a poll from other men.
What would I say?
Yeah, as a man.
I mean,
You are a man too.
I agree with all of this, though.
Okay.
I mean, another thing I might add is like a woman who knows what she wants. Okay, there's women who expect men to know what they want and to give them this fantastic sexual experience and whatever. And let's say I go out tonight and I meet some woman and we have sex and it's terrible. The next morning she'll be like talking to her friends and she'll go, you know, I slept with Kieren, it was terrible, you know. He didn't get me wet, nothing like that. It was just terrible. But the odds of her actually letting me know what she likes and what she doesn't, kind of slim. So she's kind of laying there hoping that I am just going to magically access like the perfect code for her sexuality. You know what I mean? There you go.
Okay, so if you could give an advice to women, would this be to communicate their needs?
Yes, well, okay. Here is the thing, and I said this to women before. Might have been you, can't remember, but it's like, yeah, it was. We weren't talking about sex, but it was like, okay. You see, like when you're at work, you're at work, right? And there's an email that needs to be sent because there's a shipping which needs to go to Korea and blah, blah, blah.
I've never heard this example before.
Let me finish. So let's say that needs to happen. You will say to your colleague, all right, can you send the email? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I need this done. Because you know that your colleague isn't psychic. And if you don't tell them precisely what to do, it won't happen. However, many women, when it comes to their romantic relationships, seem to have this romantic idea that this man is going to be so in tune with you that you don't need to say anything to him because he'll just know everything. And it's like, that's not true.
But nobody's a psychic.
That's my point.
Yeah, but you know something. Everyone needs this safe space to communicate their needs. I mean, women need to to feel safe enough in order to communicate their needs. Because if the man is judgmental, for example, how is he going to open up?
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, here's the thing. So when I am working with men, I'm always saying to them to not judge women's sexuality. I say that all the time. There's God knows how many videos of me there's online where I've said, don't judge women's sexuality, because when you judge their sexuality, you cause them to compress into a ball, and that doesn't help anybody. That doesn't help you, and it doesn't help her. I completely agree. However, when I say that, I am standing talking to men, and it's like, here is what you should do. Granted. Now, if I'm standing talking to women outside of men being present, I wouldn't say to women, it's up to the man to make you feel good about yourself. I would say to the woman, you need to be in control of who you are and your own sexuality and what it is that you want and don't want. And if a man judges you, that's up to him. He can go away.
Yeah, but this takes some work.
Granted.
Okay?
But it takes work for the men to not judge.
Why?
Because they've been brought up from a young age to judge women for being sexual. So you just I'm telling a guy at 25 to stop judging women. It's like, but I've been taught since I was 8 that I should judge women because she's a whore. And this is a weird thing. So like when I'm telling guys to do this, it's weird for them. It's unusual. And they go, oh, that makes sense. Because if I judge her, that's going to make her shrivel up. If she shrivels up, she's less likely to have sex with me or whatever. Oh, of course. Yeah. But it's still hard for them to do.
But this is something that I feel it can reflect in everywhere relationship. Because the bed is one part. There are more parts in relationship that we should drop judgment. Like when two people are together, or anyway, they're getting to know each other, being judgmental is not going to help.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Only when we feel safe, we can communicate our needs.
That's true. That is true. However, the point I'm making to you is this. Right? So just to clarify, if I'm standing with a group of men, I will say, make her feel safe, or do what you can to make her feel safe so she can communicate her needs.
Lovely.
However, if I'm speaking to a group of women, I wouldn't say, be a damsel in distress and wait for the man to make you feel safe to communicate your needs. I would then say to them, in the absence of the men being present, stand into your own power and realize that you are safe and that there's nothing that some man can actually do, and communicate your needs. Nothing. When I say nothing a man can do, I mean like in a negative
How can
sense.
she feel safe if you start judging her?
Yeah, but the point is, as an adult, you have to stand in the world and realize that, you know what, sometimes some people will judge you and you just have to take it. Like I'm being judged right now making this video.
Yeah, I'm being judged too.
Cool. So it is what it is, isn't it? So don't get me wrong. Like if I'm talking to a man who I'm speaking to in the absence of some woman who can't hear what I would say, then yes, he should do what he can to make her feel comfortable, because she most likely hasn't heard this message.
Okay, it takes two to tango, basically.
Yeah.
This is what we're saying now.
I mean, fundamentally, because, okay, if as a woman you're going to sit down and wait for men to make you feel comfortable, then you're basically at the mercy of every man you ever meet. Like, was he going to make me feel comfortable? Are you going to make me feel comfortable? What about this guy? What about this guy? So you're just going to basically live your life like you have no agency, as Americans say. And, well, I mean, I want to say victim. Victim isn't really the word I want to use, but kind of. So it's like, are you that? Or you're just going to stand up and say, this is me, this is who I am? Like, for instance, there was a woman I slept with who I did something she didn't like, and she said, Kieren, that was awful. But you know what? It wasn't, like, momentarily there was like a little hit or something, but it really wasn't a big deal. It wasn't, because I just didn't do it again. Like, I did something. She goes, Kieren, that was awful. Don't do that again. I was like, okay, all right.
Okay, but you are a bit particular. You have different views sometimes. You are more open to hear, to take feedback than other people. And anyway, every person is different. So if she had said this to somebody else, maybe he wouldn't react in the same way.
Okay, so I would say that, number one, there's ways that you can say stuff. So I will say
exactly. There's ways that you can say stuff.
Yeah. Because, what she said to me when she said that was awful. But here's the thing, I mean, we were having great sex. It was just that one thing. You know, she didn't say when she said that was awful, it wasn't like the whole thing was awful. That probably would have hurt my feelings. It was like that moment right there. That was awful. But anyway, the point is this though. I hear your point, and she can basically, I didn't quite like that. Or maybe it would be better if you do.
There are many ways to say things and be heard, and at the same time don't hurt the person. So personally, I believe we should communicate what we don't like, um, but just use the right way to say it in order to be kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay.
I do agree. And with that has been an episode of The Truth About Men, hosted by me, Kieran. Guess what? I'm also an author, right? I'm an author, not just a dating coach. I've written a book called Preeta's Web of Chaos. It is a young girl's journey of personal transformation that I promise you, I put my heart and soul into writing. And the only reason I did it was so that people like you would read it and enjoy it. So there's a link in the description. Please give it a shot. Outside of that, please like the video, comment and subscribe. It does mean a lot. I put a lot of effort into these videos, and seeing a like or a comment, it means the world. But also, YouTube will show this video to more people if you do that as well. And if you can drop a comment, you can become a part of the community and let us know what you think. Also subscribe so that you can see more of the content. But anyway, goodbye.